Okay. Thank you for joining us. Today we have an update on the Bears Paw South Feeder Main Break repair and impacts to citywide water service. We'll be hearing from General Manager of Infrastructure Services, Michael Thompson, and Manager, Natural Environment and Adaptation, Nicole Newton. We'll hear their remarks and then there will be an opportunity to ask questions after. I'll now turn it over to General Manager Michael Thompson. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Today I'm joined by Nicole Newton, Manager of Natural Environment and Adaptation. I will provide an update on the number of repair sites and locations for the upcoming Bears Paw South Feeder Main repair work, our outreach and communication to residents and businesses in the impacted construction areas, and some pre-construction work we are undertaking. I will then ask Nicole to come up to share some questions we have been receiving and provide answers to those questions. As I shared on Tuesday, crews will be on site today to begin to mark out exactly where the feeder main is located. Residents may notice this is blue paint on the road, which marks out the location of the pipe below. Crews from Alberta One Call will also be in these areas to identify other underground utilities. Residents will notice a number of colors painted on the road, sidewalk, and grassed areas, along with small flags in the ground where the other utilities are located. In some cases, locators may need to enter private property, the front or back lawn, but will not need to enter homes or businesses. After further review of the pipe diver results, we will be conducting repairs on 21 segments in total on 33rd Avenue and 16th Avenue. We will conduct these repairs first, then there will be an additional 2 pipe segment repairs on Parkdale Boulevard and near Crowchild Trail. We have increased the number of pipe segments to be repaired as there are additional repairs that are adjacent to the urgent repairs that are currently needed, and we are taking care of all of them at the same time. As a number of locations involve multiple pipe segments, we will likely have 16 to 18 excavation or dig sites. This is our current plan, but it's important to note that it may change as our work evolves, as we expose the pipe and inspect its physical condition. The map on the screen shows the approximate location of the dig sites on 16th Avenue and on 33rd Avenue. East of the Bow River, adjacent to Shoaldice Park, there are repairs required which will have limited impact to 16th Avenue. These repairs will be completed between August 26th and September the 23rd. Once these repairs are completed and water restrictions have been lifted, we will start the additional 2 pipe segment repairs. These repairs will be on Parkdale Boulevard between 26th and 27th Street and on Broadview Road near Crowchild Trail. The repairs on Parkdale Boulevard and near Crowchild Trail will not require citywide water reductions. Now that we have finalized the specific segments of pipes to be repaired, the construction crews are developing their sequencing plans for the best approach to the work. Next week, we will share more details about how the work will be sequenced and how we will work to complete the repairs in the most efficient manner. We know that this work will have impacts on the residents and businesses in the area. Over the coming days, our team will again be in the community, reaching out to residents most impacted by construction along 33rd Avenue Northwest. We will be establishing a direct line of communication with these residents, obtaining contact details, and gathering an understanding of any special requirements the households may have. If residents are not at home at the time, information will be left behind for those households. We know impacts may change from household to household, and our team is working to assess individual needs. We have been in contact with the business improvement areas, and we will again be out speaking with businesses early next week. Calgarians can learn more about specific repair locations, road closures, and further impacts for residents and businesses through construction email updates. Please go to calgary.ca for the email updates, to sign up for the email updates. As part of our preparation to begin repairs, crews will be sawing into sections of the pavement on 33rd Avenue Northwest. These saw cuts are required to remove sections of pavement along 33rd Avenue to excavate and expose the sections of the feeder main to be repaired. This work will begin next week and will require short-term parking restrictions along 33rd Avenue in the locations where we'll be conducting the work. More details on construction staging and timelines will be shared as the plans are finalized. As part of our preparation for the repairs, starting early next week, crews will set up an area to store equipment at a green space located at 83rd Street Northwest and 33rd Avenue. This area will be used to store materials, office trailers, and various equipment essential to complete the feeder main repairs. Fencing will be installed to ensure the site remains safe and secure. Approximately 10 small trees will be removed to prepare the area. We are developing a plan to replant or relocate those trees. We've discussed for a couple of months now that we are currently using acoustic monitoring devices that were installed in March and April of this year to monitor for wire breaks along the feeder main. We've also previously discussed our plan to install a new fiber optic acoustic monitoring system. The new monitoring system will include fiber optic cable installed inside the pipe. This will accurately identify the location of a wire snap and allow us to monitor the pipe's health more closely. Crews will begin installing the fiber optic cable next week, so you may see them working around manholes with tripods and large reels of fiber optic cable. As we prepare for the feeder main repair work and proceed with the installation of the fiber optic cable, you may see single lane closures of roadways to support us in completing our work. These small lane closures are required to assist us with safely completing the preparation work, and we thank you for your patience. I'd now like to turn it over to Nicole.
Thank you for joining us today. We're committed to providing you with accurate information as quickly as we possibly can. However, in unprecedented times, it's like these, information can sometimes be confusing and not seem like enough. So I want to clarify 3 important updates that we shared regarding Calgary's water supply during the upcoming repair period and Stage 4 water restrictions. Firstly, let's talk about access to water. Yes, you still will have access to water during the repairs and Stage 4 water restrictions. While our treated water supply will be limited, Calgarians will continue to receive safe, clean drinking water. Non-potable river water will still be available again for uses such as gardening, landscaping, and construction. When Stage 4 outdoor water restrictions are in place, we are also asking all residents and businesses to help us safeguard our water supply by reducing their indoor water use. This is crucial to ensure we have enough water for everyone during the repair phase. Secondly, we've heard questions about why these repairs are happening now and why there is such a sense of urgency. While we are not in a state of emergency, recent data has highlighted certain areas of the feeder main are at risk of failure. Addressing these issues will help us avoid unplanned breakdown that could disrupt our water supply. Additionally, we must complete these repairs within a specific time frame to ensure that Calgary's water supply remains stable throughout the winter. Here's why this timing is critical. Calgary relies on the Bow and Elbow rivers for water, with the Glenmore Reservoir serving as our water reserve during the fall and winter when river flows are low. The Glenmore Reservoir needs to be sufficiently filled before winter to ensure we have enough water until spring. With the feeder main out of service, most of our water will come from the Glenmore Reservoir. Completing repairs now allows the reservoir to refill before winter, preventing potential water shortages if the feeder main fails during low river flows. So I assure you that you will continue to have access to safe, clean drinking water, and that we need to do these repairs now. I also want to share that what may happen if we all don't reduce our water use. Our treated water supply will be limited while the feeder main is under repair, making it vital for everyone to reduce their use. If we don't, we risk not having enough water for essential needs, including critical services such as firefighting and hospitals. The consequences could be severe, putting our communities at risk. Your cooperation during the repair period is not just helpful, it is crucial. Only by working together and making thoughtful decisions about our water use can we navigate this challenge together, ensuring stable water supply for our communities. We understand that reducing your water use affects both your home and business, but sharing this responsibility and using less water in the best way to ensure safe is the best way to ensure safe, secure water supply for everyone. Residents can help by flushing toilets only when needed, only doing full loads of clothes and dishes, and keeping showers to 3 minutes or less. These small changes make a big difference in conserving water during the repair period. You can also help by continuing to visit or shop at local businesses. We understand that this is not an ideal situation and some hardship will be experienced. Businesses will be impacted differently, and we have specific ways to conserve water and prepare to use less water. We will continue our conversations with different business sectors to understand their challenges and to work with them to help mitigate some of these challenges. We really appreciate your understanding and support as we undertake these most important repairs. Together, we can get the job done. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole. As always, I'd like to thank residents, businesses, and our regional partners for your patience and understanding as we work to complete these needed repairs to the water feeder main. Our next media availability will be on Tuesday, August the 20th. As always, if there's a reason to let you know about urgent information before Tuesday, we will. Thank you. I'll now hand it over to Jamie to field questions from the media.
So we were aware of these 16 hotspots found by the pipe diver analysis. Can you break down where 21 is coming from here and what further analysis of that pipe diver data has shown you guys?
Yeah, thanks. So the question's really around 16 and where we're at today. And so we had mentioned the 16 sites when we had first analyzed the pipe diver data. As we've looked at it and looked at some locations that have pipes adjacent to a pipe that was needed urgent repairs, it may have had wire snaps on it, but not at a level that required urgent repairs now. But since we're going to have the site opened up and be doing excavation and repair, we want to go in and reinforce those sites right now. And we also found a few additional ones as we completed the thorough analysis of the data, and that's how we got to the numbers we've shared today.
I just saw the map there. It seems like a bit more detail on where you guys will be working. Are those hotspots within those kind of detailed areas where other issues were found?
Yeah, so the question is on the map that we're shared today. We've really tried to break it down to some more of those dig sites that you'll see us out there doing. So as you see the map with some more detailed information on the locations, really along 33rd Avenue and 16th Avenue, and then subsequent to the repairs on 33rd and 16th Avenue, once we've got water back flowing through the feeder main, we'll shut us another section down that won't require restrictions across the city, and we'll go and complete those other two locations on Parkdale Boulevard and near Crowchild Trail.
Other questions?
Yeah. When it comes to water restrictions, there are some industries like the landscaping and construction industry that have been asking for exemptions when it comes to those restrictions in order to continue their work. Will the city be entertaining any type of exemptions for industries like landscaping and construction so they can continue some work while this is happening?
The question is really around work with industry, and so we've been meeting with industry for the last week, talking to a number of different industry groups about what some of the concerns are they have, and what some options we have to mitigate are. And so I might ask Nicole to come and talk a bit about the details. I know Nicole and her team have also really been looking at things like the water intake from the river that we'll be reinstituting and allowing construction industry to use that. Nicole, is there anything you wanted to add about that?
I'm happy to recap. Yeah, thanks for the question. So as you can appreciate from what we shared today, there is a limited water supply that is available, and so we're asking everyone to reduce. However, we are aware that there are different businesses who have unique needs and unique uses. And so we're working with them to understand what some of the challenges are and provide solutions like non-potable water where it's possible. We've certainly heard, the lineups the last time were a big constraint, so we're actively working how can we expand the capacity for that. In terms of additional exemptions, the water utility bylaw limits what exemptions can be granted and cannot. So the director only has certain authorities around what's allowed or what can be exempted. And so we'll be looking to that bylaw to help guide some of our decisions as well.
Some residents have been saying that we still don't have enough information about this. I understand that that work is ongoing. This is something that probably changes by the hour. But we still don't have an idea other than next week when this some of that initial construction work will begin. Why, I guess, is it taking so long to get the exact locations, to get the exact timelines on when this will all be happening?
Yes, the question really about timeline to get information out to residents. And when we came out and shared the information that we had from the pipe diver, I'd indicated typically that analysis takes months, and we had completed it within weeks. And so we literally have just completed reviewing all of the detailed information. We've confirmed the number of repair sites that we'll be doing. And our construction team has been looking at the work on 33rd Avenue and 16th Avenue to think about things like access, how we'll best stage and manage the work and undertake that. And that's why our crews are on site today, again, talking to residents, finding out what issues they may have, what access issues they may have, and we'll be working with residents to really build that plan for how we're going to address the work. We'll finalize that plan next week. We'll be sharing it with you before we go into the water restrictions starting on August 26th and really start that repair work in the days following.
For the residents along 33rd Avenue and in the immediate adjacent area, will they have access to water during these repairs?
So we're working through that right now with all of the residents, understanding what impacts they'll have from a utility perspective. Our belief right now is that they will have water, but we have to go and understand after we do these utility locates and look at all the specific details in the coming week to make sure that everyone will have access to that. We do know some issues that may come up closer to the Bearspaw Water Treatment Plant, not on 33rd Avenue, and we're specifically working with businesses around those right now, and we'll learn more next week as we complete the planning work.
And when you take a look at this planned work rather than the emergency situation we saw in June, are they comparable when it comes to like costs? For example, is the emergency situation more expensive than maybe a more planned repair that we are maybe going through at the end of the month?
We don't have a detail on what the costs will be for this planned work right now. We're working on that as we're developing out what the plans are. We can say that it allows us, these few weeks that we've had to work on planning, has allowed us to figure out how we can more efficiently address the repairs and stage that work with our contractor. It's allowed us to go and order material in advance so that we're not doing emergency procurement and emergency purchasing of materials. And so from that perspective, it's much more controlled and orderly fashion as we're working through this right now. With respect to costs, that will come as we work through the work itself.
I just got one more, just clarifying with the Parkdale one. So how will this work? Will the Parkdale stuff have to wait? Will that start on August 28th? What work will be happening on August 28th, and what will be taking place later when it comes to those repairs? Thank you,
yeah, so the question's on the two repair sites that are on Parkdale Boulevard and near Crowchild Trail. And so that work will happen following the work on 33rd and 16th Avenue. We'll do the work on 33rd and 16th Avenue first. We'll restore water flow through the feeder main, and then we have a valve that we can isolate that section of the pipe so that it doesn't have the same impacts to Calgarians and our regional partners. We'll be able to lift water restrictions and go and complete those two repair sites without having the restrictions in place.